Hi everyone, welcome back to WHU TV. My name is John, your host as always, and as always I hope you're doing well under these very difficult circumstances. We are now at episode 64 of Daily Live Chat with John. I'm seeing straight away that 4 people have already liked this video. Thank you very much. And 1 person, as always, has disliked it, but that's fine. That's entirely your decision. But as I say, this is an open platform where we talk about mostly West Ham United. There's a few non-West Ham stuff bits in here, but to be honest with you guys, there's only one thing that's really been dominating the West Ham world today, and we will be talking about it. But if you're new around here, welcome. It's great to see you. If you like the video and you like the content and you like the channel in general, then by all means, please do consider hitting the subscribe button. And don't forget to visit the channel sponsor, 3retro.com. The link's in the description below. I know some of you guys have been paid, some of you haven't, so that's fine. But as I say, they were doing free shipping over the weekend. They're not anymore because it's not the weekend. But there's some really good cracking deals in there, guys. But anyway, let's see who's around first and foremost. Richie says sorry for the early rant on here. It didn't come through, Richie, so I've got a funny feeling I know what it might have been. But we'll be back just before the video starts. Rostis, hello, good to see you. Hi Rick, Chris, hello. Mark Kerslake is back. Hello mate, been a long time no see. Hope you're doing all right. Bloody hell, all the notes are just coming through. Richie's in. Evening, my peeps. It's going to be an interesting video tonight, methinks. Yeah, it's not going to be long, mate, as I say, because there's not really that much to talk about other than the main thing that went up earlier today is exactly as I predicted. Not in the real terms anyway, but PB's in. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're all right. Where are we? John Caudle, hello mate, nice to see you. Always good to see a new face, even though you may have had you got your head on upside down. Only forcing All's joke, mate. But I hope you're all right. Evening, Andy, welcome back. Richie saying JP wearing the best shirt we ever had. Yeah. Ian, hello mate, good to see you. And just where are we? Who else is not? Because it's nice to see you guys kind of talking. Where are we? So Ian Salts, hello mate, good to see you. And Grandpa Smith's back. Hello mate, good to see you, Mick. Hope you're doing all right. Now, first and foremost, as you probably read earlier today, the FA have made 120. What are going to be making 124 people redundant because of the coronavirus. Unfortunately, there's £300 million loss that the FA are currently looking at, so they're trying to cut their losses, shall we say? But I hope it's difficult. It's difficult to say the least. You know, when you see anybody lose their jobs, especially under these circumstances. But just shows that there isn't as much money in football as everybody thinks. If the FA have to cut those corners, really is bad. But Sofian. He's not in yet, so I won't talk about it. But Richie, you were absolutely right. I think it was you yesterday talking about Leicester. Talking about Leicester, and it has been pointed out that there could well be a city lockdown. There could be a city lockdown up in Leicester because of the huge spike they've had with the cases, which doesn't surprise me because at the end of the day, guys, you know, the amount of people that have been out and about because of the heat, it's totally understandable. Totally understandable. But yeah, but for the season ticket holders that are here as well, if you haven't already, please do so. We got an email from West Ham earlier today saying about that we've got an option in to get a BT match day pass, which is what Sofian was hoping was going to happen. And I said I wouldn't because when it was announced that Sky Sports were going to be doing the same thing, giving us free access to the next two, you know, which is obviously the Wolves game and Wednesday night's game. BT have followed suit, which is good to see because obviously we're on a couple of times for BT. So the Newcastle and the Burnley game, if I remember correctly, but I think the email only relates to Burnley. I think I'll have to double check it. But yeah, it was interesting in it. But guys, as I say, check your emails, see what's occurring with that, and have a look at it because it basically, as I say, BT towards the end of last year, they set up their own version of Now TV. Quite frankly, they set up their own access. You can only do monthly passes, and so yeah, so it's basically their version of it. But yeah, it's good to see that they are doing their version of it. Homer says, no, JP, the Sky has Newcastle. Yeah, agreed. Sorry, I automatically think BT because it's an early kickoff. That's right. It was meant to be an early kickoff. Now it's 2:15. But I know we've got 2 games on BT Sport coming up soon. So let's have a look to see what else everyone else is talking about. John says, haha, classic. Love Funny Fools and Horses, mate. Yeah, agreed. One of the best sitcoms ever written. Chris says, does anyone know how to get the commemorative kit from the 16-17 season? Yeah. Yeah, have a look on Amazon, mate, or eBay, one of the two. You know, again, as I keep saying to you, Chris, Google is a wonderful machine to use. You've grown up with the likes of using Google, right? So just use it. Stop being lazy. Evening, JP. What's your thought on the West Ham shirt? We're literally about to come onto it. So let's just recap just very, very quickly. Let's just have a quick recap on what the concept kits were when they came around. So as you guys will remember, this is how the home and away kits were showing on one of the many concept kits that were going around over the last few weeks. And this is how somebody made it, because you can genuinely make these yourself if you find the right website to do it. And no, Chris, before you ask, I'm not going to show you because I don't know myself. But that's but those were pretty close. Those were pretty close to how the shirt, the home and away shirts are meant to be looking now. Of course, we'll at 9 very, very early this morning. Now I've got massive able with the way West Ham have handled this, but we'll come on to that in just a minute. But this is how the home shirt looks. Now was able to eventually get onto the website, which I'll go into in a minute, and I took the Betway bit off because I just prefer it like that. You know, you can buy these. I bought last season's kits without the sponsorship, and you can buy it again this season without the sponsorship as well. So that's how the home kit looks. And I say without the sponsorship, it looks 10 times better. Now you can see what X was going on about, saying it was very similar to the last game at the bowling season. Completely right. You know, I know the blue is slightly different, but the necklines, the bob all round circular here, and you got the claret sleeves. I mean, we'll come on to the badge in a minute because I know a lot of people are going to complain about it, and I've been one of them as well, for that matter. I'm not going to lie. But overall, I think that looks lazy, but it looks nice. So we'll just go into, because obviously we all know what the Umbro badge looks like, and I'm sure everybody saw Nicky from West Ham Fan TV when he did his live stream about it very, very early this morning when he was given a photograph of Dex in it. But this is the closer bit. All right. So why in the 7 shades of shit, yeah, couldn't the club just once take that London out for the anniversary kit? Just once. Bearing in mind, when the club started 125 years ago, the club was in Essex. It wasn't London, it was Essex. Bad mistake from the club on that part. Bad mistake. And equally, as you can see on the back there, but which is behind the neckline, the plastic sticker, let's be fair, it's pretty much what it is, of 125. Why not have that stitched as well? Wouldn't take long for someone to do that. It wouldn't be even that, for that matter. It would be a machine stitching it. It really, really gets on my nerves. It really, really does. But what I take massive umbrage with today, all right, is the fact that we had to queue on the website to have a look at it. Why on earth? Do you know the last time we had to queue for anything on the West Ham's website was our ticket for the playoff final in 2012. That's right, 2011, I should say. That's how stupid it is. Was Dave Sullivan hosting it just purely on his mobile? It's poor. It really, really is poor. Randy says, hey, new shirt looks classic but pretty tacky. Agreed, mate. Completely. Good to see you. Lawrence says, new shirt for the championship. Homer says, Sims says, I disagree, Randy. Well, it's everybody's opinion. Everybody's opinion. That's fine as long as you two don't cause a row about it. Which Randy seems to have started there. So, guys, let's keep this a bit more respectful, if you don't mind. Dun 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 dun. Where are we? So all the notes have come through, jump straight through. Ian says, let's hope the redundancies are made about Stockley Park. Gary Page, good evening, mate. Hope you're all right. Kent says, how do I claim my pass? John, as I said, check your emails, mate. Ari, good to see you, mate. I'm all right. Hope you're doing all right. Lawrence says, will Moyes change tactics against Chelsea? It's not about that, mate. We'll talk about that Wednesday before the game. It's not time to do this here. John says he likes the one on the right, the away kit. Yeah, Nick's in. Hello, Gaze. Hope you're all right. Richie says, I hate this kit. Do you know what? As I say, I like the idea of it. I can see what they're thinking behind it, but I'll come into the reason why I think it's lazy in a minute. Nick says, I think it's I think it's decent. It's the badge that's shit. Agreed, Nick, completely. Gary says, didn't realize you could buy it without sponsorship. What, in the club shop? Yes, it is. It is the under 18s. Under 18 section. You got the adults, junior, and the under 18. The under 18 section has without sponsorship, but the sizes are still exactly the same as adults. So it makes no sense. But yeah, it is what it is. Ian Cook says, I was almost tempted to pre-order the new shirt. Why? Yeah, agreed, Ian, completely. But at the same point, why? Why do it? Why pre-order it? What are we going to do? Take photographs on Facebook and Twitter saying, oh, look at me in the new shirt? Not the point. Not the point. It's just, it really grates me. It really grates me that they've done this in the manner that they have, and especially what was also announced earlier today, which we'll come on to in a couple of minutes as well, for that matter. Chris says it's simple, but a good simple. It's better simple than patterns on it. Agreed, but it's lazy. It's lazy thinking. This, I mean, it basically, to be honest with you, I'm going to put the picture up again, right, and you'll see what I'm talking about, because a lot of people have taken umbrage to this, and I completely agree. Look at the sleeves. It looks like someone's had a claret vest, because it dips in slightly. It's not like this. It's not where it's straight down here. Parts. It's convex a little bit on the side, on the front. Back's fine. I haven't got an issue with the back. Well, actually, I do, because that it could have, the pike should have really been up to here, not halfway, not a quarter of the way down the back. Do you know what I mean? It's just, it looks like somebody's taken a vest and stitched on blue sleeves, and that's what I don't like about it. The rest of it I think is fine. Those few millimeters either side, it makes it look bad. And I say the backing, that blue shouldn't peak at the bottom there. It should peak up at the shoulders. I don't like it. I really don't like it. I mean, I like it because it's nice. It's keeping to the memory, but I don't like it because it just looks like this has been rushed. It really does look like this has been rushed. And I also think, I know the official supporters board are taking credit for this, and quite rightly so, because they did say that they were discussing things. But at the same point, I honestly think they saw one of those that I don't know. It's just it to me, it doesn't have enough thought for 125 years. They've gone, right, as X said, and as we talked about it last week, they took inspiration from the last game at the bowling season, and that's what I mean about lazy. It's not. I maintained it all the way that we should have gone back to the original Clareton Blue kit, the first ever kit. That should have been the inspiration. If you're going to keep it on Clareton for the Clareton Blue, I mean, technically, West Ham United didn't exist for another 125 years. Is 2025, but as we talked about yesterday on the slide on the preview, the pub quiz. Yes, today marks the anniversary of the 125th anniversary of when the Thames Ironworks application advert went in the newspapers, and that's why it's classed as done it. They've done it today, but as I say, I just don't. It could have been done so much better, so much better. See what everyone's talking about, because obviously this is caused quite a this is caused quite a controversy throughout the fan base. As West Ham stuff always does, nobody ever agrees. Gary says, could have put London underneath the badge. Agreed. Randy says, I want to buy the kit, but gambling is against my religion. I can't walk around advertising a gambling brand. Unfortunately. So as I say, Randy, you can buy it without it. That's the picture. You can buy it without it. It's available there. Kent says, I'm a season ticket holder. To be 40 minutes to look at it, this London bit, burn the badge, and no castle. It's lets it down. Sorry, mate, I have to disagree with you on that. 125 years ago, we weren't even in the stadium that we were for the 115, 16 years. The badges, the castle's irrelevant because it's honouring the anniversary, not the location. I know what you mean. Before I know because everybody, but as West Ham supporters, as fundamentally, I seem to be even one of the few that can't tolerate change. We didn't take this. As I said when the move went through in the first place, we didn't take. We didn't take it. We didn't take the castle with us, so we can't complain about it not being there. If that, at some point they do a much better version, a more up to date, a more better looking version of the turrets on the front of the stadium, like we had with the old girl, the bowling ground, Upton Park, whichever way you want to look at it. But that's not going to happen for a long time because we don't own the stadium. It's not our stadium. So at the end of the day, guys, you're just going to have to get used to it. Stop complaining. There's nothing you can do about it. I'm not a big fan of the badge at all. I've always said the same thing, but we all agreed when we had a look at the concept kit was the fact that it looks nice having it in the Clareton Blue badge like the old days. The old days, funnily enough, didn't have a castle. And Andy's absolutely spot on. For 55 quid, they can keep it. Completely agreed, mate. Completely agreed. Ari says, are we allowed to personalise the kit this year? I don't know. I just had a look. All I did was going to get the pictures up and have a look, and that was all it was. Chris says, looking forward to this all day, JP. Thank you very much, mate. Always appreciated. Mick says the blue is so much better, more traditional, better than the last bowling kit. Agreed, because at least that's Clareton Blue. I mean, the bowling ground one was Clareton. It wasn't even sky blue. It was like a sort of turquoisey sort of. Anyway, if I out the other shirt against a new one that looks pretty new, no, Randy, mate, you're gonna have to. You have to re-spell that because I don't know. I can't understand what the hell you're saying there, mate. Sorry. Hello, Henry. Remember, I was getting takeover. Damien, come up. Kit is okay. Just get rid of London. Yeah, Henry. I've said many times. As Clarence Hugh said, we've had in the last 5 weeks. We've had a rumor of takeover in every week. It's lazy journalism. Hey, Sophie, and sorry for being late, mate. You will be because you've missed something. You have to go back and watch the back at the beginning. John, you put comments in there which I have no idea what you're talking about, so I'm not going to put them up. Sophie says, don't it like just a Poundland version of the last kick at the bowling? No, Sophie, what is this with you and Poundland the whole bloody time? Are you that much of a snob at 15 years old? Mate, it's just sleeves on a shirt. That when you grow up, mate, you'll know what I'm talking about. Kent says almost carbon copy of the 15-16 shirt. Agreed. Mick says Mandy thinks it looks like a claret bib. That's what I'm saying. It looks like as I say, it looks like a vest with stitched on blue sleeves. It's stupid. Gary says, bet you'll still get one, JP. It's gonna have to grow on me. The reason why they've done this now, right, is because it's obviously, for understandable reasons, that it's to commemorate the 25th anniversary. But the reason why they've done the home shirt first is exactly the same as all the other years they've been doing it. The goalkeeper kit's pretty much exactly the same, but it's just all green, green and white with the for the badges, if I remember correctly. But I'm not pre-ordering it. I ain't got the money for it at the minute. We can buy it at any point. There's no point in, but there's just, if you want to pre-order it, fine. I've not got an issue with that. I might get it at some point. I might get it close to when the season actually starts, but there's no point getting it now. So you'll see. I guarantee you, in a couple of weeks' time, we'll see the away kit. We'll see the away kit come out. 2 weeks max. Because they've done this pretty much every other season. They've staggered the kits out because they want people to buy more and more and more and spend more money on the website, and and likewise they get the delivery charge, which I doubt the courier lot charges them as much as they get. That's for sure. So everyone says, I don't like the badge, and I see people complaining about the London being on the badge, but that was always going to be there. It's been there for 4 years. Why didn't we complain about it then? We did. Straight away, loads of us did, but as I'm saying, just getting there. Chris, I'm not putting that up because we've already mentioned it. Sophie, did you see the Manchester City Community Shield shirt in the season to celebrate 125 years? It's so plain, but it looks beautiful. On our one, is simple but not as good as it could be. Agreed, but I haven't seen the Man City because I don't care about Man City, mate. Andy agrees with me. It looks like a rush job. It does. It looks very lazy. Something says we got a new logo when we moved to the Berlin, hence the castle not on it. Agreed. That's what I'm saying. I'm sick and tired of that rhetoric. It's like you said, mate. It's been 4 years since we've been complaining about it now. Lawrence says, surprised Golden Sullivan didn't put cross dildos on the badge. Henry says, Sports Direct will have it for cheaper. I doubt it, mate. I doubt it because not straight away anyway. Mick says, difficult to put 125 years into one shirt, but totally agree. It's lazy. Yeah. Hello, Carlos. I can't speak Spanish, mate. So says that. I'll hi, my Miami brothers. I think that says. Aaron says, I think the third kit in the 2016 segment would have been better for the 125th anniversary kit. Agreed, mate. Yeah, it would have done. But you wouldn't be able to do it. You wouldn't be able to do it because the club's not registered as Thames Ironworks. It's registered as West Ham United, and that's half the problem. So why don't they do a third kit with the old badge? We've already had it. We've literally just talked about that. That's what Ari was talking about. Kent says, and people have got club cash to spend. Agreed. But if you're going to get your season, ticket, I mean, if you bought one-off games and it's sitting in there as a club cash, then go for it. By all means, you're not losing anything. But if you're going to buy a season ticket, it's counterproductive. It really is counterproductive spending that money on something. Sophie says, I was going to check how much it was, but it said there was an hour to queue to get the shop. Must have been high demand. It's not high demand, mate. It's specifically making people wait for it. specifically making people queue. It's not high demand at all. It's specifically making, because there's only one way they're doing this, right? Is because it's clear that there's some server issue. Because that's the same thing with we had to do the same thing with the playoff final. It's because clubs are only allocated a certain amount of people. This is our own bloody shop. There's no need to have this stuff whatsoever. Mick says if the away kit is blue with claret hoops, will like this be better. It's supposed to be, mate. So yeah, it's supposed to be. Someone says looks like they overthought it. It's, mate. Completely disagree with that. It's complete underthinking. It's lazy. It's lazy thinking. Ian says I like it. Fair enough. I mean, I like just a few little tweaks to show. Honestly, it just looks like someone's gone. There's a template. Bum, click done, send. That's how it looks. That's how it looks. The only thing that they've taken the most thought over is the badge, and not enough as far as I'm concerned. Ian says new shirt reminds me of the 75 Cup final shirt. Yes and no. Yeah, I can see where you're going with that, mate. Yeah, I can see that. Sports Direct always have it for cheaper. The 17 away kit weeks after it came out with no one on the back for 35 quid. Yeah, but Sophie says, have you seen the training range? Looks sexy. Put 60 quid for a training jacket, mate. It's and upwards, fella. You know, say 55 quid for this shirt alone. It's yeah. They must be desperate. I mean, one of these days you'll put your message in one go. So where are we? So Harry says the only kits I look forward to every year is the third kit because those are the only kits West Ham actually try something different with. That's a very, very good point, mate. Yeah, that's a very, very good point. Yeah. I'm going to wait to see what the away kit looks like. If it's closer to the mock-ups that everyone's been going at, I'll probably get that more than anything else. Havad taking the piss. I'm all right, mate. I hope you're doing okay. I'm sure everyone else is as well. Gary says we take the cheap option for everything. Why would our shirt design be not the same? Agreed. A badge for 125 years is very easy to mess up and overthink it. Arsenal did the same. It wasn't overthinking, man. It wasn't overthinking. Trust me. This is the West Ham United official supporters board. They don't overthink anything. So John Caldwell says, have I speak English, you prat? Well, John, you're the prat, because if you read his message, he actually does say it in English afterwards. Sophie says, if it's close to dark green mock-up, I saw that with a gold badge. No way I'm getting it. Well, it's supposed to be like the third kit is meant to be Juventus's black and gold, which I'm actually quite looking forward to. Like is Harry saying, just a little bit of a difference there, completely bit different, have a bit of a difference. In actual fact, I actually might buy the third kit this year again because I bought the home and away kit last season. Did the I did the opening video. That was quite fun to do. It was long lot of editing and a few little bits and pieces here and there, but that was good. It was good. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what the other two are. But I don't know. I don't know about the home kit. I really don't. You know, it's yeah. As I say, I mean, at the end of the day, I buy shirts to wear them. I don't buy shirts just for the sake of it. I buy shirts to wear them, and I know Mick's going to wade in a little bit again because he mentioned that the other day. But yeah, if I don't like a shirt, I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to buy it just to have it sitting up in the wardrobe. The Thames Ironworks commemorative one had meaning for me. The last, because of the family connection. The last game at the bowling had massive family connection for me, which I've gone over many times. But this, so far, not impressed. Got to say, not impressed. Ian says, I like the look of the concept third kit. Yes, mate. If it comes anywhere close to that, it should be. Sophia, not buying any kits this year for obvious reasons. Totally agree. If the away kit is blue with claret hoops, that is proper West Ham. Yeah. Possibly Baz or possibly Frankie. Whoever's here, good to see you, mate. Richie says, remember when they had the bubbles and the 100 on the background of the 95 shirt? Why couldn't they put all the previous badges on it like that? That's not a bad idea, mate, to be fair. I mean, there's only where are we? 17, 18 badges, whatever it is. That could have been very discreet. I like that thinking. I like that a lot. And that's what I'm talking about. That's the level that the supporters board should have agreed on, something completely unique, not 95% looking like a different shirt, especially one from only a few years ago as well, for that matter. Yeah, I totally agree. Gary says, I will pray we will be wearing it in the Premier League next year. Yeah, well, it may be next year the way things are going, but it's usually next season, Gary. But we don't know when next season's going to start off. It could be in January. No idea. Savian says, I think the away will be similar to the Bobby Moore debut kit or the Championship kit from 2012. Yeah, we've already gone through it, mate. That's the concept kits that we went through last time. Just posted on our take on the anniversary badge on Twitter. What you think, JP? We use different elements for our history. I'll have a look at it. I haven't seen it yet. I've been working very, very hard today. And literally finished work, had dinner, and came and got this prep. So I haven't seen it as yet. But yeah, it's. Yeah, it's been interesting. It's been interesting. But what I will say, Mick says I'll buy it just because it's what I do, tradition. But would you wear it, Mick? Now, being the age that you are, because me and a mate who's not that dissimilar to your age as well, saying he said to me, you're in your 40s now, mate. You can't wear them. Just buy them. Fuck that. Harry says a lot of the new Premier League kits look so generic and boring. They do. And this is what I'm saying. West Ham supporters, we have always stuck out. And it's a time. And even some of the shirts we've had over the years some have been awful, some have been terrible, some have been brilliant. But at least we look different. Now, one thing it will make me laugh. Will make you laugh though. Mick says, yeah, still getting in a medium. You bloody liar. You're taller than me, son. Richie says, do you think the fans should come up with 125 kit design and sell it and proceed to go to Ireland? Totally. Richie, that's a fantastic idea. I'm sure if the fan base put our heads together, we could certainly sort something out. Said, I'm 54. I know you are, mate. My mate of mine's who I'm talking about is 49s. Sorry, it's 50 actually. It's 50 this year. But Richie, yeah, it's not a bad shout, mate. It's not a bad shout. But one thing I did find today, which was really, really funny, which I'm sure you guys would like to see, is this photo. I love Sebastian in this. I really love it. His face cracks me up. It's just brilliant. It's like, what are you looking at? I mean, look at that. Look, seriously. it's like you want me to wear this shit? It's brilliant. It really, really is funny. But the article that this picture comes from. See, look, with the background, I'll come on to it in a minute. With the background, there, exactly as Richie's saying, there you've got all that history in the background. Why not make something very similar to that, but just a little bit darker claret? The little bit darker claret would have looked cool. Nobody would have noticed it until you absolutely look at it. I like it. That would have been. Richie, I'm working at the minute, man. Come on, I will afterwards. Jeez Louise. Bring back the old Lawrence's. Bring back the old pinstripe strips on. The old pin strips on kits. Yeah, agreed, man. That was really, really nice. But his face. But basically, anyway, as I said, this is an article basically, at the end of the day, this is also this is what I don't agree with either, for that matter, because this is piggybacking off the event. Umbro have signed an extension on their contract with West Ham. Now, the previous deals seem to be about 5 million a season. I really hope there's been more movement. There's been more money getting in there next season. I really hope we've had a better influx of money. I really do. I think it was 5 million a season for a shirt sponsor is nothing. It's nothing. They'll get their money back tenfold with the shirts sold all around the world. Because let's not forget, West Ham. One of the reasons why the prices are as large as they are is because West Ham get a cut, Umbro get a cut, Betway get a cut, and then the sleeve sponsor will get a cut. That's why they are the values that they are. So even so, Umbro will make their money back tenfold. I mean, it costs them what, 3-4 quid to make. Probably more, about maybe about 6 or 7 quid. That's it. And Richie, you're absolutely right here, Sunshine. Where are we? So I like the look of the photo of Declan pointing at the badge, and we were all nose thinking, "Look at this shit." I did see that, but this was the funniest one. Whichever's in from Clout and Blue Army, I'll check out that Snodgrass one because I haven't seen it yet. But yeah, I said he looks like he could be saying we are shit and the kit is shit. Exactly, that's exactly his look, Henry. Completely agreed. But as I say, 5 million a season for a shirt sponsor is nothing. I really hope they at least whacked an extra 50%, maybe 60% on top of it. They have to, because we need the money, guys. We really need the money. It's a shirt sponsorship, for fuck's sake. They should be. I mean, they will be paying us X amount, obviously, but it's advertising. Mixes. On the flip side, who is your favorite kit manufacturer? Technically, mate, because this company doesn't exist anymore. But Admiral. There was a really I'm sure you watched it. There's a really good program that went on a couple of years ago about all the how Admiral started getting into football, and all their designs were brilliant. I really loved it. As I say, anything with the stripes down here, I really like. It looks brilliant. It's original. It's it sets apart from everything else. I really enjoy it. But yeah, as I say, but other than that, I'd say probably Adidas are the best ones at the minute, because they still look smart. They look the smartest out of the one. The Nike ones are close. Nike ones have some of them have been really nice. I mean, I like this feeler design. I really do like this feeler design. But anything but Umbro. I'm not a fan of Umbro. I'm really not. Never have been. Lawrence says no one is smiling in wearing the kit. They have to, mate. They have to try and look hard. That's the funny thing about it. Kent says the original designs of Fila and Adidas were brilliant. Why I loved them. Yeah, agreed. That's what I'm saying. Mick says, yeah, I can see that. Gary says, remember Brady was going to help the LLDC to sell the stadium naming rights. Yeah, good luck with that, Karen. Puma is decent. Yeah, some of the shirts Puma have done are not bad, to be fair. But just, I mean, for me, it goes Umbro, Puma, Nike, Adidas, and then Admiral. They yeah. Anything that looks different. That's the whole point. Let's have a look. Which says, I would love Adidas to do our kit. Yeah, again, mate, like for example, when they did it for the Boys of 86 Repro, that was really nice. That was so cool. Is it British Umbro? Let's have a look. Where are we? Originally, yes. Founded in 1920 by Harold Humphreys along with his brother Wallace in a small workshop in Wilmslow, Cheshire. If they are now, they are Nike, Umbro under the banner of Nike and the Iconics brand group. So that might be why Umbro have to sell the shit stuff because Nike once owned them, saying you're not copying anything that we're doing. But yeah, and one final thing that I want to talk to you about, guys, and I wasn't expecting it to be this long, because I've had about a 25-minute rant, and I know you guys love it when I do my rants, guys. But yeah, it's and yeah, Lee Bowyer's come out talking about Josh Cullen, which is he's come out with some really really nice stuff, which kind of thinks in a way we might be losing him from if you listen to what if you're aware of what he said. He said, where's the actual article itself? Right, where are we? Said Josh Cullen has been excellent. Has been excellent for the 2 years he has been working with me. Again, every single game he's outstanding. Very rarely does he do anything wrong. Again, he protected the back four so well in the middle of the park. Josh doesn't really give the ball. Josh doesn't really give the ball. He tidies things up. I think he means. I think they should have put gives the ball away. He tidies things up. He breaks things up well. He was outstanding. I'm really pleased with the way he's progressed as a player in the last 2 years. He's come a long way. I think he has come so far that he has played for his country at the highest level. Because obviously under 21s. It proves he is doing the right things. Today was no different with that when they were talking about their victory over who was it? Who was it? Who was it? I can't remember. I can't remember. It doesn't say. So Stoke City they're quoting, but I don't think that was the game at the weekend. It was something slightly different. Yeah, he goes on further to say that Khan's got a winning attitude and he has the energy, determination, and quality on the ball. And that's about it. Yeah, so that's about it. So, guys, as I said, keep your. Thank you, Kent. Cheers, fella. I know it was a derby. I couldn't remember which one. But yeah, as I say, as great as that is that he's saying that, I kind of get the impression because of what he's saying, we're going to lose him. I really think we're losing Josh. I really think we are, which is going to be a shame because from what Bowyer was saying, and the reputation that that Cullen has built up over the last 3 to 4 seasons. Yeah, it's just I honestly and I can understand where everyone was saying that Cullen was meant to be Noble's replacement. I mean, him and by the sounds of it, if Cullen can step up, him and Rice together would be superb. He really, really. That sounds like it would be really, really good, really good. But let me know your thoughts on it, guys. I mean, Mick, you don't have to answer it because we talked about Josh the other day, and you said you haven't seen too much of him, so that's fine. But there's a few other people that weren't in the conversation at that point, so it'd be quite interesting to get those guys' thoughts on it. Richie JP, did you see what Creswell said today about Rice? No, I didn't, mate. I didn't. Gary says, if we sell all our kids as well, that might be too much for us all. Yeah. Well, we're not going to get rid of all of them. We never get rid of all of them. I mean, let's not forget that Josh Cullen is actually, how old is he? Actually, let's have a look just to double check. Josh Cullen, not FIFA 20. Don't care about his FIFA ratings. I'm over the age of 17. He's 24 years old, right? He's 24 years old, so he's at the peak. As I said the other day, I thought he was about that 24, 25. He's at the peak of his midfield career. Now is the time for us to keep him, or now is the time for him to be sold on a massive for someone of that age. It's time for him to be sold at least 20 odd million. If he's that good, if he's as good as Bowie is saying, 20 plus for me, 20 plus. Richard said, someone said Creswell had said on Talksport Drive that Rice would be a better player at a different club with better players around him. Well, yeah. Let's just double check to see Right, Talk Sport. Let's see, because there's bound to be an article up on their website if that's true. Please tell me you didn't see that on Facebook or Twitter, mate. No, there's nothing on their website from Aaron Creswell at all. See what Declan Rice that as. No, just the stuff we were talking about yesterday. So I'll believe it when I see it, mate. To be fair, Kent says Josh. I think Josh is top championship player. Whether he can make the step up remains to be seen, but needs a chance to see if he can. Agreed. Totally agree with you there, mate. And that's what I'm saying. If you can step up, absolutely, it'd be perfect. It'd be absolutely perfect. I mean, between Rice and Cullen's prosperity, shall we say, prospects, we'd have a back six. We'd have a very, very impenetrable back six by the sounds of that. You know, four decent centre backs. You know, sorry, four decent defenders, two very, very determined defending midfielders. Yeah, love it. Richie's heard it on Twitter, so it must be true. Exactly. Thank you for proving my point, dear boy. But yeah, I know what you mean. But yeah, until it actually comes up from proper sources, I mean, yeah. But he's right though, because at the end of the day, he's a big fish in our small pond. I hate to say it, but we are a small pond team at the minute. We really, really are. And he's a big fish. He's a big fish, and we'll be very lucky to keep hold of him. Very, very lucky to keep hold of him. Okay, so that's my section my section discussed. Anything you guys want to talk about? Josh, and he says Josh hasn't really had a chance with the players around the club, stroke managers. Should be given a chance to shine ahead of some first team players. Agreed, Andy, totally. You know, his plan was to be loaned out and do Grady D and Garner. Didn't really happen from last season. So they loaned him out again, and it looks like he has actually done it this time. Gary Pace says Moyes doesn't trust our young striker. Can't say for certain, mate, but that's certainly looking the way. It's very, very difficult to argue against that. You know, we're all saying the same thing. Peter Jones says if Cresswell wasn't in the team, we would be 9 points better off. I doubt it, Pete. Good to see you again, mate, but I doubt it because we'd have Masuaku at left back. How would you have liked the new badge to have looked without London? Just take that off. That's all it needs. 125 years. As I said at the beginning, Rich, we weren't in London when the club formed. We weren't in London until the mid-60s. Yeah, it was Essex up until Newham, whatever it's called. I can't remember the official term for it. It's not a county because they're not a county, but you know what I mean. The district. The district of Newham, yeah, that didn't start until the mid-60s. The club was well established by then. It's lazy. It's lazy. Just literally take that off. Keep the hammers on there. I mean, not necessarily go back to the 60s club hammers that were on the badge, but yeah, maybe even just do that just as a one-off. But no, they won't do it because they have to be any changes to the badges have to be agreed and paid for. You know, the FA have to agree it, the Premier League has to agree it, and the club has to pay for that privilege, and that's the reason why they didn't do it. It's cost cutting. What anything else? It's cost cutting. It's crazy. But if the same point, if they had to pay for having the 125 years on there, then why not pay for it without having London on it? It's as simple as that. I could go on for about another 4 hours about this guy because I just really, really hate it. I really don't like it. Kent says I can see us signing Lyle Taylor from Charlton. Don't know who he is, mate, so I can't really say, but I'm trusting your judgment there, son. And says unless we blood the youngsters, how will we know if they can cut it? Agreed. Time to give the youth a chance to prove themselves, definitely. And next season, either way, is going to be their chance to make it. Because if I remember correctly, I think Cullen's contract runs out next season. Or is it the end of the season? I can't remember. It's one of the two. But yeah, it's probably next season. Lawrence says, must be good. Some good championship left backs we should be looking at. Very possibly, Lawrence. Very possibly. I don't know. I know there was a lot of talk about that Fulham left back towards the end of December, beginning of January. His name was kitted about quite a lot. JP said he would do a better job than Creswell. He bloody wouldn't, mate. He really wouldn't. He dislikes challenges even more than Creswell. Trust me, Pete. That's the reason why Masuaku never gets a game over Creswell. But why Creswell gets a game over Masuaku? It is painful. 3-4 seasons ago. 3-4 seasons ago. Yeah. Masuaku was something else when he first came to us. In the first season at the London Stadium. But yeah, no, not anymore. He can't. He can just about cut it for his country, mate, much less the Premier League. Mike Williams says, have we got one more scout yet? More than one scout yet? Yeah, maybe, mate. There's a few thousand sitting on Twitter, apparently. Ken says he's free, John. That's why I can see us signing Taylor. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Is he any good though? That's the point. Is he any good? So we've had a couple of more subscribers tonight. Thank you very much, guys. Very, very appreciated. For those that have subscribed tonight, this isn't. I'm not always ranting. You're not always get a rant from me, sadly. Where she says they should give Gio a scout's job. 100%. He's a scout in the making. He really is a scout in the making. He knows all the tactics. He does all the analysis of the stats and stuff. They really should, really should. But Andy, come on, you must admit he'd make a great scout. He'd make a great scout for us. Rico Henry is the left back we should go for. So no, Taylor's not all that good then. Let's see if there's anything else to talk about while it's mostly so yeah. No, we'll talk about that. There's definitely nothing about Creswell, mate. Nothing about Creswell at all. Mark English, come on, Mark. Very, very busy evening, all and JP and all the crew. And yeah, last knockings, mate. Last orders. Richard says we all love a good run. Gary says John, the content you do, I don't know why Undo. I don't get why Undo have loads. Gary, I think what you're asking, yes, he's corrected himself. John, I think the content you do is great. I don't know why you don't have more subs. Share, everyone. Guy, I say at the end of every video, whether it's pre-recorded or if it's the live ones, because there's a video that comes up at the end of these shows every single day. But yeah, like I said at the beginning, if you like the video, then by all means do subscribe. And it's but thank you very much, Gary. It'd be nice to, as I say, because we as you all know, I've been saying right from the start of me doing these that I want to get us to get to 1,600 subscribers. So I'll do a live gig so that with money that gets donated to the money gets donated to the NHS. I've been saying it for 2 bloody months. We're nowhere near 1,600. Well, we are further along now. We just need 46 more people to sign up. So my nose is really itching. I think I got new hair coming through or something. It's mental. But it's good. It's good. It's good fun. But yeah, as I say, get to 1600. I've got a really really good set list all planned for you. Jess is asking in the right. You're getting blocked because you're using my icon. This is a faker. But yeah, to answer Jess's question, it's the set is some of my own stuff that I've written quite a while ago now, but they are still good decent tunes. Plus with a mixture of some good old classics as well, for that matter. So there's a lot. So if you guys have heard me play Oasis before, you've heard me play the Verve. It's just so guys, I say 1600. That's all we need. All we need. Just need 46 more people. 46 more. That's all it is. All it takes. Mix with all the work you do with this, do you have any time to pick up the guitar? I do, mate. Not much. Not much. But when I'm in the mood for it, it's mostly at the weekends, fella. To be fair, just say during the week I'm working all day, come and do this chat with you guys, and then I need some downtime. So sometimes I play the guitar on it and that. But yeah. Karen says there are better strikers than Taylor than Championship. The Championship is Watkins, Mitrovic. Yeah, very much so. Mark says better late than never. That's debatable. Henry says his mum would be a good scout. Ian says, I can't wait to the 1600. I want a gig. Then share it. Share his content, mate. Get people on Facebook, whatever. Mark says, sex god, Andy, absolute sex god. Don't you? Here we go. You two flirting again. Rishi says, will you? No. Rishi says, will you be doing the gig in a mankini? Asking for shut up. Really? If he's such a prat, then how come it's exactly the same image? You're gone and on, mate. And I know that was a Photoshop, an age version of me, because it looks like my uncle with glasses. So nice try, kids. Nice try, but no cigar. Right. I think on that note, we will wrap it up there. But guys, this, other than a few little idiots as usual, it's been really good to talk to you guys, as always. So I will see you tomorrow evening for the live daily live chat, as always. And guys, look after yourselves, enjoy the rest of your evening, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care.